Show Me Azerbaijan is an international project organized by the Eurasian Regional Center of the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum. 12 influencers representing 8 countries were invited from different parts of the world to see the beauty of Azerbaijan and get a glimpse of its nature, history, and modern life. The invited team is very active on social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and altogether they have more than 10 million of followers. In order to show our guests the historical and cultural heritage of Azerbaijan, we set out from Baku on May 28, the Republic Day of Azerbaijan, to travel to the regions, including the liberated territories. And to cut a long story short, here's how impressed our guests were by the project.
Hello guys, this is Doug. I am here in Baku, Azerbaijan, and over the next few videos, I'm going to be showing you all around this beautiful, relatively unknown country. So I'm super excited. Let's go.
And I might be pronouncing this wrong. 2 Uzbeks, 2 Kazakhs, 2 Turks, 2 Swiss, 1 Pakistani, 1 Algerian, 1 Portuguese.
How are you? Hello.
Hello, hello.
Таблиц это же тоже азербайджанский город, поэтому там немножко смешание такого. Да.
Carpet Museum here in Baku, Azerbaijan. It's a really amazing place. This entire museum devoted to Azerbaijani carpets and the craft of carpet making. And they have artifacts and carpets from all throughout.
Также придавали им такой величественный, торжественный, нарядный вид во время торжественных мероприятий и свадебных церемониях.
Halı olduğuna inanmak bile çok zor. O kadar minik minik desenler var ki. Ve burada da tuğba ağacı var. Cennetteki kökleri yukarıda, dalları aşağıda, meyvelerine kolay ulaşılan tuğba ağacı.
This is different type of mat. It's called chantal.
Звезда. И, как по словам самого автора этой инсталляции, это условно изображение дракона.
She's from Azerbaijan.
Hi.
And this is Sonia from Portugal.
I'm Shahab from Pakistan.
Shahab from Pakistan. And Khoubaib
From Algeria.
from Algeria. Shirvan Shah.
Shirvan Shah.
So this is before Soviet, obviously, way before
Yes,
that.
yes. It was around 15th century.
Okay, wow.
14th century.
That the old and the new. Old, new. Wow. So guys, Zara, one of our guides here in Azerbaijan, was just telling us that this memorial here that I'll show you now is for the victims of what they call here Black January, which is when the Soviets came to squash an independence movement that was emerging here in the 1990s. Specifically, January 20th, 1990, the Soviets came in here with their tanks and just started shooting and shelling the city and killing pretty much indiscriminately. So these are all the victims of that night, and you'll see on these gravestones that the death date is the same for every one of them. You can actually see there's even a few that are blank. They don't have a portrait and they don't have a name because they're just on.
What get now what has happened here in
But over there is Max. He's from the USA, my brethren. So.
All of you? There.
Is
How many people?
original?
They are, yeah. All of them are original.
Okay.
Legs, body, arms, and weapons. Legs, body, arms, and weapons.
First time on TV, what'd you think?
It was pretty cool, man. Who would have thought it would be in Azerbaijan?
I know, right?
Keep my pants. Yeah, I got the message, thank you.
We're gonna have some tea, on the news, some snacks. After our lunch at the Gubistan Rock Art Cultural Landscape, which holds 6,000 rock carvings, some dating back over 20,000 years ago.
Guys, we've reached Alpaca, Azerbaijan.
Okay, first of all, we are not Islamic, we are not Alpaca or Pacino or Almaca or Alpaca. We are only Alpaca. No es como Alpaca.
Nice alpaca. Yeah, it's good. Okay.
Hello. What's your name?
What do you gotta say, buddy? Bye! Bye!
Alright guys, so behind me here is the oldest mosque in all of the Caucasus. It's called Juma Mosque, it's here in Shamaki, and it was actually constructed in the year 743. Pretty incredible. But over the years, in the 18 and 1900s, it was heavily damaged due to earthquakes and also conflicts later on, and was only recently restored, I guess you could say, to its former glory in the early 2010s.
Every cabin is a 4 or 6 person.
Wow. Kita annab هذاك شوف.
Hello, welcome back.
They are alive?
Beautiful.
You need the stem part?
Yeah.
اسمه هنا واحد كيود عنده خوتار مرتفعات ما يقدرش يمشي.
On this kind of thing. I don't know why. Look at this guy's hat. It's very cool.
Albanian Udi Christian community of Azerbaijan, and he welcomes you. Say hoş gelmişsiniz.
Imekkabala rayon Niç kasabasıydı.
This is the niche village of the district of Kabala. This is a book. This is the Bible in Udi language. This version is Balipses. They call it Balipses because the original is kept in the monastery. This is the one which copied from the original. Maybe you will know, of course, better than me because I don't know the exact wording in English. This is praying, the main praying in Christianity, how you call it?
It's the name of ethnos. They live here in Niche village, Gabala. And this house it looks like how they live in 19th century, in 18th century. It's ethnographic museum.
Nice.
Все здесь работает, даже телевизор, даже радио.
This kind of scared me when I first walked in. These are figures of the former residents. He was a barber.
Assalamu alaikum. خويا.
عليكم السلام.
And this is هادو شغل غلال. هاي عباك كاينين ليه.
There's an old TV from the 70s, Soviet times, of course. All right, let's go out. Çok sağ ol. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
More.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, c'est très bon.
Très bon.
Very sladký.
Sladký, ok. sladki. Okay, very sladki.
This is she's one of the organizers of our tour, so thank you so much for organizing everything.
Thank you for coming.
What do you call in Azerbaijani? At? At. Okay. This is at, horse. Yeehaw! Okay.
راح ندخلها بين هذيك الحجرة هذيك. شوفوا معايا. I made it. I made it. I made it.
So this village is historical, and the first inhabitants here lived approximately 2,500 years ago or 3,000 years ago, approximately before, actually before Christ, 5th century or 7th century, like this.
Wow.
I'll get my own gun.
What's up? This is my squad. We're shooters.
Professional shooters.
Yeah. I mean, no rather get off.
Azərbaycana gəlgəndə Lahiçiyə kilib. Bu Azərbaycanın dokusu.
This is my skull crusher.
Okay.
Yeah.
نعطيك دماغ بعد.
Let's go. We'll defeat Pakistan.
دوك عندنا فايتر الخوات يعاوننا بالخير حمد دا ويحوس على الضرب.
Let's go. يلا يلا.
حاب يدير لي الحكم. عباش تكون هنا احيانا. واش سير عزوز مسامرين خايف عليهم يهربوا. Are you afraid that they will?
I'm saving them.
How much do you get paid?
It's loyalty to the king.
Loyalty?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no!
That's not good.
Again.
What did you say?
How intimidating do I look?
Everybody must be here.
Hey.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Algeria versus Pakistan.
You've been doing great.
Yeah, we are.
Pakistan Zindabad.
Algeria Zindabad.
Okay.
Long live Algeria.
Thank you, thank you.
Bir şeyler anlatabilir misiniz yani?
Kaç yıl?
3000, 5000 il.
Wow. Azərbaycan, Lahıç, Hacı Ağa, 2021. Bunu mən naxışlamışam. Biz UNESCO-nun daxilindəyik.
All right, guys, so we're here in an area of Ganja that was actually struck by missiles during the recent conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan in the second half of 2020. And unfortunately, the destruction here is pretty intense and pretty upsetting. There's like several buildings around us that have been destroyed, and the victims are pictured here, civilians.
It happened during the 44 days war, the residential area, the ballistic missile hit here, and the civilians living here, they were killed.
During the war, there were a total of 4 missile attacks on Ganja, unfortunately resulting in 32 civilian deaths and around 120 wounded.
The interesting thing here is the juxtaposition between, this used to be a kindergarten and it was bombed, and then over here it looks to be like a new playground and there's kids playing, and it's interesting to kind of see the divide between tragedy and then, people living on, continuing their lives, and happy kids still being able to play nearby. But it's definitely eerie to see this destroyed right here.
Vallahi bütün Azeri halkına, bütün dünyaya çok geçmiş olsun. İnşallah bu acılar son bulur. Yani ne diyelim, bir daha da tekrar olmaz diye umuyoruz, dua ediyoruz.
Жалпы Әзербайжан еліне, мына түркі халқына, біздің Қазақстан тарапынан өзіміз қатты қобалжыдық. Сіздердің де жеңіске жеткендеріңізді қаладық. Талай әлеуметтік желілерде де елді достыққа шақырдық. Енді мынаның міне салдары өзге адамдарға да себеп болса екен деймін, себебі жер барлығына жетеді деп ойлаймын.
Wow. It's gorgeous. Just such a grand structure. It's crazy being in front of something like this. You're just in awe.
Hoş gelmişsiniz hər biriniz. Alqışlayırıq Gəncədə.
Grave of the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad, the grandson, the person who escaped, and he was a guest here, and he is buried, and for 14 centuries the people of Gənclər living here, they took care of his grave and they made it the place of the worship, the mosque. They built a mosque here.
So I learned that this is worshipping for the men. In the building I was in earlier, this giant hall is worshipping for the women.
Mən ondan arzu edirəm ki, hər biriniz bu qapıdan xoşbəxt gedəsiniz. Allah hər birinizin mətləbinizi versin, hər birinizi xoşbəxt eləsin, hər birinizi arzunuza çatdırsın, cavansız, toy eləyin, şan günləriniz olsun. Biz də sizə toy eləyək biz hərəkətdə.
Bolele. Sal diyorum.
Yes, it's an 8-5. Yes, it's a very much regional
They left everything here.
It's just like frozen in time.
Yes, it's frozen in time, just like Hiroshima.
All right, guys, so this line right here is officially the furthest we can go because beyond that hasn't been fully swept from mines.
As we drove into the city, I struggled to wrap my mind around the fact that this was full of life just 30 years ago. It made me think about my own town and what it would look like if it was destroyed and left alone. What would it feel like to come back and look at it? A place that you grew up in, a place full of your childhood memories, destroyed and inhabited.
Alright guys, so unfortunately during the occupation around 60 mosques were destroyed here, but we're here at one of the only remaining ones. I believe there's 2 remaining, and this is one of them. You can see behind me.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
One of the upsetting things about this the mosque and its history is that during the occupation it was actually used as a stable or a pigsty for pigs, which are haram in Islam, obviously.
We have the panoramic view to the city of Agdam. Once inhabited more than 30,000 people, Azerbaijans living here.
Her biriniz mənim əzizsiniz. Bu ev ikiləsi olsa hər birinizin evidir.
And very important thing he said that after 28 years you are my first guest at my home here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Theater was established in Agdam in 1902.
As we've officially made it to the historical bridge, there were several other bridges that were more of like legit border crossings, but this is obviously a pretty old bridge. You can see it's made of stone, it's really beautiful. And I don't know if you can see, but way over there is an Iranian flag.
Alright, so that's Iran over there, and there were literally people who stopped and got out of their car and they're literally waving at us, which is so cool.
And besides, throughout the centuries, this bridge was on the Great Silk Way.
The Koudaferin Bridge was built around the 10th to 12th centuries over the Aras River, and it served as an important transit point along the historical Silk Road.
Areas full of landmines that Armenia hadn't given the maps to, bullets and missiles scattered around, blown up tanks on the side of the road, and uniforms left on the ground.
So here, for example, is an unexploded round. Look at the size of that thing. That's my hand, obviously, next to it. Crazy. And then over here, you've got the casing of one of them that did explode. And one other thing I want to show you guys. Look at that round. Oh my gosh. Here's my hand next to it. It's huge. Alright guys, so behind me we've got another remnant of the war. Got an Armenian tank.
It was the historical monument, just preservation, they are preserving. And after the occupation it becomes...
Bu ne? Samovar.
Samovar.
Samovar.
Ne var içinde?
Kömür. Köz.
Kömür. Ve
Evet.
ne için?
Çay.
Okay.
The secret starts from to taking this lamp. When you choosing lamp, it have to be like a small. It have to be young.
Young.
Lamp.
I think young is
That's the
more
most
tasty.
important. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, blow up. Yeah, blow up.
Hey, cheese!
Cheese! Oh my God, Salt Bay is here.
What do you think?
It's delicious, man.
Huh?
Very, very good.
Super.
Çok sağ olun.